Yes guys, and welcome back guys to a brand new video guys, and in today's video guys we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Watford guys, away from home at the Vicarage Road. And you know what an embarrassment, away from home especially, getting battered everywhere we go, 4-1 to Watford. Did not fully expect that. It's the end of the road for Ollie. He's been sacked, unfortunately. Sad to see Ollie go. It's not the way how I wanted it to go, unfortunately, for Ollie. The time has come. Ollie's been sacked. I bet the players are devastated, but it is what it is. It's football. We have to move on. But yes guys, let's get straight into today's video. So we made 3 changes from our last game against Man City. Talking about the starting 11, so we started with De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, Matic, Sancho, Fernandes, Rashford and Ronaldo. Getting into the overall reaction now. Man United thrashed by Watford. What a disgrace. It's dreadful, awful, spineless, no balance, no identity. It's embarrassing. Lack of organisation. It's disappointing, annoying and frustrating. What more can I say? We are losing to a side that are going to get relegated. It's not good enough. Everything about Watford was so much better. Watford played with energy and they were aggressive. United couldn't settle into the game. It was an open game and end to end. Was it a penalty on Josh King? It was men against boys. United got outplayed by Watford. We are a joke at the minute. We need to wake up and smell the coffee. That was one of the worst performances I've witnessed. Something has got to change. Just no heart, fight, passion, pride, commitment, determination and desire. Just no team spirit, character and leadership. Happy for Donny to get his goal. The defending was abysmal. The players didn't seem bothered. Ollie can't get these players organised. The players don't seem to be motivated. I've got no words for it. We're a mess at the moment. This team needs major surgery. What a shambles. First half abysmal, second half a disgrace. Overall shambolic performance. Anyway guys, what did I make of the performance? It was an embarrassing, abysmal, disgrace, awful, spineless and dreadful performance overall. I'm embarrassed to be a Manchester United fan because we're getting battered everywhere we go, because we got battered by Liverpool 5-0. We got battered by Man City 2-0 at home. We got battered by Watford, one of the worst teams in the Premier League. A team that's probably going to get relegated this season as well. Most likely go back to the Championship as well. We're getting battered everywhere we go. It's unacceptable. Firstly, you're going to say, don't give me all that bollocks about all these apologies. No, I don't want these apologies at this moment in time, because the players have got to take responsibility for this as well. It's not only just the manager, it's the players as well. These players have got to take responsibility. So don't come out on social media saying, apologies to the fans, we were not good enough. No. On to the next one. Don't give me that shit, because we are not interested in that as fans right now. You've got to sort it out on that training pitch. As fans, we know it's poor coaching. We know it's poor coaching by this coaching staff and Ollie, Kieran McKenna, Michael Carrick, Mike Phelan. Nothing's changing in this coaching staff and we're not improving as a team. It's a disgrace. To get beaten by Watford is a disgrace. Those Man United players now will see that Ollie's been sacked. We loved him. Great guy, great character, great manager, great legend of the club, and now we've lost him. His job was under pressure. We never got ourselves together. Didn't go on a good run of form. Guess we might have beaten Tottenham, but that's Tottenham. Anyone can beat Tottenham at the end of the day. But for God's sake, we're going up against one of the worst sides in Watford. Any opposition we go up against now, they'll say that's the worst Man United side they've gone up against. Unacceptable performance by the players. What a disgrace. It's dreadful, it's awful, spineless. It's embarrassing as well, to be honest, because how can you be losing to a team like Watford? I'm not going to rage or anything like that, because I'm not in the mood for that. It's a disgrace to this football club of what's going on at the minute. Lack of organisation. The defence is a shambles as well at the back. We're shambolic at the back. You know, we've nearly conceded. You know, there's only 2 teams that have conceded more goals, and that's Newcastle and Norwich. And we're just conceding goals wherever we would go. You know, there's just no organisation to the team. You know, there's no desire to close them down. You know, it's shambolic defending. This is defending that, I mean, Stevie Wonder can do better defensively. And, you know, it's just not good enough. And it's just disappointing, annoying and frustrating. And as Man United fans, we're broken. We're broken. We just don't know what to do. We're all sat here watching this Man United side thinking, what is happening to us, you know? And now that we've got Carrick as interim manager, we're looking for an interim manager till the end of the season, and we're just getting battered everywhere we go. It's just not acceptable at the minute. We're getting outplayed by a shit Watford side, but it's not good enough. It's not good enough. It was man against boys. We couldn't settle into the game. and everything about Watford was so much better. They were a player of energy and aggressive, and United couldn't settle into the game, and they just couldn't get to grips in that game, and not good enough by the players, and they've got to take a long hard look at themselves. It's not good enough, and they threw the manager under the bus, and they got him sacked. So they're clearly not playing for the manager. So time for a change now, unfortunately, and we have to move forward now without Ollie. So yeah, not good enough at the end of the day. Getting into the game now, I thought first half it kicked tough. You know what? Getting into the game, first couple of minutes, I thought Watford was so much better. You know, on the front foot, aggressive, play with so much energy. I think Watford kept pushing, and then stupid ball by Fernandez, and then McTominay's under pressure, gives the penalty away, and then obviously we got let off one because De Gea saves it, then it gets retaken, and then De Gea saves it again. So we got let off one. You know, De Gea saved 2 penalties, and probably our best player at the minute in time as well. And that was the early signs, and that was to when they sort of had that was their opportunity to go 1-0 up, and they didn't take that chance, which I'm surprised about because I thought they would have scored the penalty. But De Gea came to our rescue and saved the penalty, so fantastic to start off the game. But the signs were there early doors. We didn't react in time. We couldn't react, you know, because we couldn't settle into the game, which just allowed them into the game, and they just kept piling that pressure on. We couldn't settle into the game whatsoever. You know, it was just an end-to-end game, 50-50 game, and an open game as well. I think which I predicted as well, because both defences were vulnerable as well. Their defence was vulnerable, ours was vulnerable as well. So both teams were going at it for the first 15-20 minutes, and then it's only what Watford deserved. They went 1-0 up. United never reacted, you know, whatsoever. We don't really react when we go 1-0 down. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're second half FC as well, but no, there was no reaction there. It was only what Watford deserved. On the front foot, played with energy. They were aggressive. They created some good chances, and then again, just before half time, you're probably thinking, well, if we do rely on moments once again, if we can try and get a moment, take it and score just before half time. Nope, Watford make it 2-0. Second half, I thought it was a good start. I thought we got on the front foot. Obviously, changing personnel brought in 2 substitutions. Donny van der Beek came on and changed the game. Martial didn't really do much into the game. Then I thought, okay, we might take it. But I thought the opening 5 minutes were brilliant. You know, on the front foot. Don't think we created many chances, but we're on the front foot. We were aggressive, high tempo, high energy, and then you're thinking, you know, this is good. And then we get a goal back, which was positive. 2-1. We went to 2-1, got a goal back. Good goal by Van der Beek. And then as soon as we've got the goal, it's like game on really. And then as the game was going, I thought we were the better side, definitely, for sure. It was definitely a game of 2 halves, and you know, I thought we were doing much better. We controlled that second half, and then as we're chasing the game down, Maguire then gets himself sent off, and that completely just changed the game, completely changed the dynamic of the game. Gets sent off, and then we make a change. Delo was just a disaster on that left-hand side, and they just go and kill the game off then with 2 late goals, and that was it at the end of the day. And just not good enough. You know, it's just embarrassing to be losing to a team like Watford, and it's not good enough, and you can't be losing to teams like this. You know, and the writing was on the wall. After this loss, you could see that what was going to happen afterwards, and there was no choice but for Ollie to be sacked, and there was no choice. The board were left with no option really but to sack him, and he sacked him. It was a sad day on Sunday, and sad to see Ollie go, but he will always be a legend of the club. And just gutted for Ollie. It didn't work out for him, and the players threw him under the bus, and they got him sacked at the end of the day. So let's see what the reaction is midweek as well. That's another defeat, a defeat that should not be happening against a poor Watford side that will most likely be relegated at the end of the season. The writing is on the wall now. What is going on and how do we get ourselves out of this mess? The way how we get ourselves out of this mess is we've got to get back to the basics now. The main thing, and I've said this for the last couple of weeks, just get back to the basics. We just haven't been able to do that whatsoever in training because people are saying Man United are a tough side, it might be a tough place to go to Old Trafford. It's not a tough place to go because we're just getting better everywhere we go at the end of the day. Going into the next game against Chelsea, we have to go in with the right attitude as well, because the thing is we're going to every single game and the attitude's just not right, the body language is just not right at the minute as well. We have to have better tactics applied to the players as well. The tactics have just been a shambles the last couple of weeks or the last couple of months, so the tactics have not been there whatsoever. A lot of fans just don't know what the tactics are at the end of the day. The tactics have not been there for the last 2 months whatsoever. The game plans have just been absolutely shocking, to be honest. No plan B whatsoever when we go behind in the game. Alright, yes, we had that one good game against Atalanta and we won the game 3-2 and we came from behind. At least we had a plan B then. In the last couple of games we've not had a plan B. We've not done what we've needed to do. That's how we've got our pants pulled down. Ollie's got his pants pulled down as well. And the mindset and the mentality. The mentality's got to change in this team as well. The mentality is that we've got to win every game, but the thing is, I don't like the mentality that these players have because they think every single game is easy. They think they're going to get the 3 points. They're not going to get the 3 points because they're just too overconfident. Must have been overconfident going into Watford. They thought this might be a game to bounce back in. Every single game you have in the Premier League, they're always tough games. And we don't treat it as a tough game. We don't take it game by game. And we just get too carried away after one good result and then we fall apart. That's what's happened to us as well. And I think we need to be better organised as a collective. Not only just, yes, we might be a team as well, but we've got to be better organised as a collective because we've been a shambles in terms of being organised, and Ollie can't really organise this team anymore because he's got a really good side this year, but unfortunately he's just not organised this team. Completely playing as individuals, not playing as a collective, not playing as a team, and that's why we've been losing these games left, right and centre, getting battered everywhere we go. That's how we get ourselves out of this mess, and it's got to start this week. Michael Carrick's got a big task on him at this moment in time until we find an interim manager. There's only so much that he can really do. He has to turn this around, Michael Carrick, and he's got a tough task to do as well while he's in charge as well. The news broke out on Sunday morning that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been sacked. How do I feel about the news? And was it inevitable it was going to happen? It was definitely inevitable it was going to happen after that Watford game. I think the board knew that it had to happen after that game because you can't get beaten by Watford. Watford are a shit side, going to definitely get relegated this season. Got battered by Liverpool, got beat by Arsenal. When you know that you're getting beat by Arsenal, you know that there's something not right. Definitely, it was inevitable that he was going to go. But obviously, it was a sad day on Sunday. I think players, staff and fans were emotional. It was something we knew that it was going to happen. Fans gutted. I'm personally gutted for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I wanted it to work for him as a manager. I wanted him to succeed at Man United. But unfortunately, his time's up. It's just shown it in the results. Performances have been shocking the last 2 months. The players have to take responsibility for it as well. I've got nothing but respect for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's a true legend of the club. All I've got to say is thank you for everything, Ollie. I wish you the very best in the future. I've got nothing but respect for you. I wish you all the best for the future. You'll be always be a legend of Manchester United. The player as a manager, I just want to say thank you for what you've done. Unfortunately, it's just time to move on. That was the Ollie regime now. We've got to put that one behind us. Whoever comes in next has got to be the right manager to take us forward. I feel sorry for Ollie, really do. Wanted it to work for him badly, but all I want to say is thank you. Thank you for what you did for Manchester United. Thank you for signing the players that you've got right now. I've got nothing but respect for him and I wish him all the best for the future. Thank you, Ollie. Wish you all the best for the future. Where did it go wrong for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? I don't think he lost the dressing room. I think a lot of fans will say he lost the dressing room, but I don't think he did. I think it just went wrong the last 2 months, to be honest. I just think the players let him down a lot. You could clearly see that the players were not playing for him on Saturday against Watford. You can tell when players are not motivated like that, you can tell that the players are not motivated, they're not playing for the manager. Where did it go wrong for Ollie? Decision making was key for Ollie this season. He had a really good team. Some people might say that it was Ronaldo is to blame for coming in because he was linked with going to Man City and we didn't want him to go there, but you can't blame that on Ronaldo. Ronaldo's not the problem in this situation. It's just the fact that pretty much where did it go wrong for Ollie. It was probably because he already got given the time, he had the players this season. The backroom and staff have really let him down. The players were not coached properly. The players threw the manager under the bus. You could see that in some games, like the Liverpool game, the City game, and this game on the weekend, they were clearly not playing for the manager. Players are not playing for the manager. You can clearly see that there's only one thing, but the manager's going to get sacked and he's going to take full blame for it. I think that's where it's gone wrong. But I don't think he lost the dressing room. I just think he wasn't a motivator in the dressing room. It's obviously going to be a difficult task for him coming into Manchester United, but it is what it is. This is football and you have to move on from it. Like I said before, I just want to thank Ollie for what he's done for Manchester United. He's left it in a better state. All I can really say is I wish him the best for the future. We just have to make sure now, whoever the next manager is, it has to be the right appointment. Who's my man of the match? Well, I'll tell you now. Not many players were my man of the match, to be honest. De Gea. I mean, I think if it wasn't for De Gea, could have been more at best. De Gea had a good game. I thought Wan-Bissaka just not good enough. Lindelof not good enough. Maguire a shambles. Shaw a shambles. But Tominay was just not fit. Didn't look right. Matic, okay. I mean, Fernandes had a crap game. Sancho had a go. Rashford tried, and Ronaldo had chances in the game. If he would have took his chances any other day, he would have scored. To be honest, unfortunately, in a game like this, an embarrassment and a shocking display, I can't give you a man of the match because it was just that embarrassing, to be honest. I can't give you a man of the match, sorry about that. How do we beat Chelsea? Now, going into our next game against Chelsea, we know this is going to be a difficult game. Obviously, the champions of Europe, obviously they've been going on about that since they won the Champions League, so I think going into this game it's going to be a tough game against Chelsea. It's always going to be tough. It's always going to be a tough game against Chelsea. I think going to Stamford Bridge is going to be a tough place to go. Because I think Chelsea will like to create their own atmosphere in this game, and I think we cannot afford, for us to go out there, and obviously the fans will love to see us get beat as well. So we cannot afford to that happen. I think getting a draw would be a good result in a game like this, especially where we are at the minute. I think getting a victory would be massive as well, and that would definitely kick on our season. And Michael Carrick's got a tough task here. It's never going to be easy against Chelsea. Always a difficult side to go up against, a difficult opposition to go up against, and Chelsea's going to be one hell of a task as well. So we have to be on it mentally, physically. Have to prepare well for this one. Have to go in the right mindset, the right mentality. And Chelsea's going to be a difficult game, definitely for sure on the weekend. So yeah, I mean, difficult game, tough game. And we have to be up for it, and we have to be ready. We have to turn up, perform, and let's see what can happen against Chelsea. Obviously, getting into a few things on Chelsea, they keep it tight and compact at the back. The fullbacks like to get forward. They're a well-coached side. I think in terms of them in the midfield and going forwards and their counter-attack, you've got to watch for their movement as well. Sometimes they may not show the desire to close down as well, so I think where they get a little bit lazy in times as well. They're well organised defensively as well. They like to frustrate teams as well, the way how they're set out. I think they counter-attack very well on the break as well, so that's the most dangerous thing about Chelsea as well. And we've got to make sure we must defend properly in a game like this, and defensively we need to be organised. We need to keep it tight and compact at the back. Set pieces could be our chance as well. We have to get the ball out wide, we have to stretch them out, we've got to be aggressive. When we get a chance, we must take the chance. We've got to be clinical. When they're out of position, we need to be explosive on the break, commit men into the box. Don't be afraid to make a tackle. Put our body on the line as well. Watch out and defend properly on the set pieces. We've got to close down the fullbacks, and I think when you sort of close down the fullbacks, that we already put on the back foot, and Tuchel likes to get his fullbacks up high up the pitch, and as soon as you get them back, they're on the back foot then. So they'll be already put on the back foot as soon as you get our fullbacks. Got to be ruthless and got to be effective in that game, definitely, for sure. Where are we now? We need to have a game of our lives in this game to get some sort of a result against Chelsea. We need to get the crosses into the box. We've got to have a quick and bright start. Fullbacks have got to be effective. create the space, attack the spaces, play with energy, got to be ruthless, got to play with high intensity, high tempo, play with intent, play with energy and purpose, be brave, take risks, got to create the chances, don't make any mistakes in the midfield, don't give the ball away cheaply, the midfield needs to close them down, don't leave any gaps or spaces open, make the runs in from behind, make the right runs in the right channels, and in games like this the decision making needs to be key and the game management as well. Getting into the goals now. First goal, Bruno runs past the ball to Martial passed the ball out to Sancho puts in a fantastic cross into Ronaldo heads it to Van der Beek and Van der Beek heads it in for 2-1. Getting to the stats now. Possession for Watford it was 38.7%, and for Man United it was 61.3%. Goals for Watford it was 4, and for Man United it was 1. Total shots for Watford it was 20, for Man United it was 19. Shots on target for Watford it was 7, and for Man United it was 3. Shot accuracy for Watford it was 35%, and for Man United it was 33.3%. Shots inside the box for Watford it was 15, and for Man United it was 8. Shots outside the box for Watford it was 5, and for Man United it was 1. Total passes for Watford it was 335 passes, and for Man United it was 553 passes. Pass accuracy for Watford it was 66.9%, and for Man United it was 79.9%. Getting into the substitutions now. McTominay went off for Van der Beek. Talk about Scott's performance. Did not look fully fit and clumsy from the off. Conceding a penalty, none at the races whatsoever, and dominated by Tom Cleverley. Hooked at half time. Rashford went off for Martial. Talk about Marcus's performance. Drew a save from Ben Foster, but had a frustrating half and switched sides. Still a surprise he was removed at the interval. Shaw went off for Dalot. Talk about Luke's performance. Another subdued performance. Not targeted as much as Wan-Bissaka was, but the second goal came down Shaw's side. Sancho went off for Lingard. Talk about Jaden's performance. Switched sides with Rashford and Podson first half, but his cross led to Donny van der Beek's goal. Some gradual progress, but still not good enough. Next up we've got Chelsea. Chelsea coming into this game, it's going to be a well and hard, truly tough game against Chelsea. We know it's going to be a tough game against Chelsea on the weekend. Chelsea, a very good side, well coached. Tuchel, a fantastic coach, a fantastic manager. Chelsea, they'll definitely want to frustrate us. I think the Chelsea fans would love to see us get beat once again, and we cannot afford that to happen. Coming into a game like this against Chelsea, we have to be well prepared. Obviously, Harry Maguire's not going to be involved in this one, so we have to be well prepared. We have to go in with the right mindset, the right mentality. We have to go in with the right game plan. We have to go with the right tactics as well. Preparing for this game, we just have to get back to the basics. And we need to be better organised as a collective as well, as a team as well. This is a game where any small little thing, it's all about the decision making management as well. We have to make sure we commit men into the box. If we commit men into the box, get the crosses in, that is your chance to go and beat Chelsea and score. We have to make sure we commit men into that box. If we commit men into that box, they'll get annoyed. It's all about make the runs in from behind as well. And when we get the chance, we have to take our chances, and we've got to be clinical in front of goal as well. They're a fantastic side, Chelsea. We'll definitely want to win this. Tough game against Chelsea. Never easy. You're going up against the champions of Europe. As Chelsea fans, they'll definitely know that they've got to win this game. Some sort of a draw won't be good for them. If we come away with a draw, I think that's a good result for us, because I think Stamford Bridge is a tough place to go, especially as well. I think if we get a draw or a win would be fantastic to kick on our season. It'll be a good result, and then we can kick on from that as well. It'll be interesting under Michael Carrick now. Carrick's got a tough game against Chelsea here. Tough game, but I think might be something up Carrick's sleeves, definitely for sure. Chelsea is scoring 2.5 goals per game. Chelsea conceding 0.3 goals per game. Chelsea have won 9, drawn 2 and lost 1. They've lost to Man City 1-0, and that was also at home at Stamford Bridge as well. Chelsea have the best defence in the league as well. The players to look out for is Mendy, Rudiger, Christensen, Silva, Chilwell, James, Azpilicueta, Chalobah, Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic, Pulisic, Niguez, Barkley, Mount, Ziyech, Havertz, Lukaku, Werner and Hudson-Odoi. Hope you guys are enjoying another video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the video in the next couple of days, and peace.